What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Sim Standard Podcast with myself and Smitty, and possibly AzureEffect will be on tonight as well. Again, no panelists requested this week, so hey, me and Smitty gonna hold it down the best we can. And what we plan to talk about today, guys, is we want to talk about NBA Live 18, obviously, and NBA 2K 18. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about tonight. Just giving our full thoughts, man, in terms of what we've noticed so far playing NBA Live. Smitty and I both has already had the game, and we'll also talk about the prelude of NBA 2K 18. Of course, a lot of people will have their hands on 2K tonight, and yeah, there you have it. So we'll definitely discuss those things, and if there's anything else that comes up in the chat, or anything else that Smitty and I might want to cover, we'll do that, and there you have it. All right, so first and foremost, guys, y'all know it's football season. Y'all know what we do during football season. We talk about each other's teams, see how we're feeling with the current, the last week's game, and then how we're feeling going forward. So I'll throw it to Smitty first, and I'll say this before Smitty even jumps on. Shocking. I mean, I wasn't expecting Detroit to come out like that. So I know Smitty's very happy with what the Lions were doing, but what are your thoughts, Smitty, man? How was, this last week of football and what you expect this coming week?
They were very surprising. Now you can't hear me?
No, I can't hear you. I could hear you a little earlier.
Okay.
Hold on. Go ahead, say something.
All right. What's up?
Oh, yeah, my fault. That was on me. That was my hand.
All right. Okay. No, I mean, they surprised me. First half, I was like, they weren't really doing too much, but the defense was definitely keeping us in the game without question. And see, the way they were reacting to the ball, I know they statistically said my man Diggs was basically he was like the top corner statistically playing over the weekend. But I will say this: some of those passes were just placed in the wrong spot. It wasn't like he straight just locked it, like he just was just shutting it down like that. Some of those passes were in a bad enough spot that it was too hot to handle, or they just could not get a hand underneath it, because Larry Fitzgerald had some reception. He had a reception where if he was able to get his hands underneath it, it would have been a clean catch over him. So I'm like, I'm not going to give him just 100% credit. Like, my man was playing like he was playing out of control. No, he played a decent. He did a decent job, but our defense, I mean, we had Zettel going off the line, dropping into coverage, making plays. Guys were all over the field, playing real fast, reacting to the ball very quickly. And see, that goes back to the point that we made a few weeks ago that me and Relly was going back and forth about. That was the point I was making. The Lions don't have the greatest secondary in the world, but at the same time, you would have made a fool out of me the way they was playing, because they were reacting to the ball. And the way they react to the ball, that's why I'm saying I need to see that reaction time in Madden a lot tighter, because that's what they do. They watch for it and they try to make a play. Not always going to make it, but they at least try to. And that's the kind of stuff that I was seeing happen out there. So, but no, man, I mean, they got to pick on us. I don't blame Stafford for that, because basically Tate basically got tackled, going across the middle trying to run his route. I mean, I know he was within the 5 yards to get bumped. He was running a drag, but basically got tackled. And also the big time X factor, my man Kenny Galladay. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Wow.
He made a play. And he made two plays, actually. Got two catches there. Like, two key catches. And to see the defense get it, run it in for a pick six, like, hey, okay. Now I'm like, I was very, very impressed. A lot of people, radio, media, all that stuff basically said we're supposed to lose these first five. They really don't believe in the team at all, or they may win one or two. But This is a good win. This is a very good win for us. Now, as far as playing the Giants, yeah, that's going to be a very tall hill to climb right there because defensively, I mean, they have a very stout secondary. I really don't know how we're going to match up. And then on top of that, if Odell can just make it onto the field, that's enough of a presence that can really cause some problems. So it'll be very interesting to see what it is that we do. And then also at the same time, once again, are we going to be able to generate pressure? You know, because that's always been the questionable thing about the Lions is being able to generate legitimate amount of pressure. And what I will also say, just basically to cap it off with, is I need to see my Lions rated higher. So equipment guru or whatever, Dustin, yo, get the fixing with the rating, okay? Because them boys put in some work. They played as a unit, and those guys were effective as a unit. I'm not saying it should be some 80 some odd overall, but I mean, you got to touch that awareness and reaction time in that secondary because them boys was on it. They wasn't playing like the best defense in the world, but they were playing very respectable secondary defense, which was very surprising to me. So, yeah, now I will say this. The biggest negative is our run game. We could not really establish that run at all. I mean, every time we tried to do something, we got a little bit of yardage. We may have had one or two plays where we really got something out of it, but really we did not get much of anything out of the run game. And I mean, we have to have a respectable run game to complement the pass. Stafford did a really good job. Cooter doing his thing. Like I said, you're seeing Cooter come through.
That's my guy.
Cooter coming through for him and everything. Like, you see the coaching. I just wish that Stafford got this about 5-6 years earlier. If he got that kind of coaching, then he really be something right now. But you're really seeing Matt. He played a nice, clean game. So I'm very proud of the whole team. Just that offensive line. That's it as far as the run game, run blocking. If we could create something and make something happen on that run game, we can open things up a bit more for us as a whole. So, but as far as next week, it'll really be an uphill challenge, I believe. I don't know. I don't want to fully count us out, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were to take the L on next week. But I believe that it'll be a competitive game, but I just think it may be a game of attrition as it gets deeper into the game. I think that's when we may mess around and get overtook possibly. I hope that I'm wrong, though. I'll throw it to you, man.
Yeah, man. And before I even go, man, shout outs to a boy, BOYYY, for the donation, man. We definitely appreciate that, man. Very, very humbled every time you guys do that, man. So I definitely want to thank you and shout out you guys for that. I see Dez said, yeah, look at the ratings on defense for the Ravens. We need to get in Dustin's ear. Yeah, man. And quick thing about Dustin, I actually talked to him. I won't confirm dates and things like that because, I don't want to hold people to mandates. But I was advised that those UDFAs will be in the next update. And that's what I'm waiting on for any of you guys, that are here for my gaming channel. I told you guys I always do an offline CFM. I got to wait until I can get the actual roster, with Mike Hilton, and Terrell Watson, some of those guys who actually made our roster before I start. So hopefully that'll be this week. So just giving you a quick heads up on that. As far as the Steelers, man, I'll be very, very brief. What I tell y'all last week? Didn't I tell y'all this? Did I not tell y'all don't be surprised if Pittsburgh go to Cleveland and lose? And we came close to doing it, didn't we? I told you. Now, here's the reason why. First of all, I know the Steelers are a team that starts slow. They always start slow. So the first couple games is usually the fill-out period for the Steelers. And you can say that for every team, but really with the Steelers, us Steelers fans know they are a slow starting team. They start off very slow, and they also have trouble with teams that they are, quote-unquote, supposed to beat. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers have been the last 5 years. You go all the way back to when Michael Vick beat out my Pittsburgh Steelers in New York when he was on the Jets. How did that team beat them? You go all the way back, I believe, the same year. when the Tampa Bay Bucks come into Pittsburgh and they was 0-4 and they beat Pittsburgh. You see what I'm saying? But Pittsburgh still finds a way in the playoffs. That's the kind of team we've been dealing with, and I don't understand why. But anyway, first of all, man, let's give some credit to the Browns. The Browns defense is, listen, that team, the Browns in a minute is not going to be the team that's just a pushover. They're going to win some games this year. I like what I saw to Deshaun Kaiser, man. He made some rookie mistakes, obviously, but I like what I saw to him. He had a lot of poise, standing in the pocket. Their defense is going to be something eventually, a couple years or so. But, yeah, so it's not a pushover team. So, anyway, it's a divisional opponent. You know, we're going to have a tough time with them. So, the Steelers were able to get it out, you know, get out of there with a win. Antonio Brown doing outrageous, amazing things like always. Speaking of the run game, Smitty, Le'Veon Bell, 4 carries in the first half. What were we doing? And, I mean, I understand, you know, I gave him a tough time on Terrible Towel Tuesday when I was, you know, criticizing the 5 wide and doing the wide receiver screens. I get it. I kind of get it. But at the same time, Cleveland was giving us, listen to this, everybody. They was basically giving us cover 1 most of the game. What are we doing? Take a shot downfield. You got Martavis Bryant out there. We 5 wide. They giving that to you. They trying to take the run away. So my thing was, stop doing those quick screens. And I get it. If one works and you make a guy miss, I get it. But you cannot run 4 guys. The Steelers ran, I counted, it was 5, I think, wide receiver screens in the first 2 series. And none of them went for any yards. Come on, man. But anyway, that's my little soapbox about the Steelers. I know they start off slow, but I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all? Don't be surprised if they go up there and lose, and they came close to doing it. So there's my quick thoughts on that. But anyway, Smitty, let's get into the nitty-gritty. First of all, let me let you guys know, and we'll do the first one in about 15 minutes. At 8:30, we're going to start giving away codes to NBA Live 18. I have 10 codes to give away. My plan is to give them all away on tonight's show, so it'll be rapid fire. We'll do 2 at a time. So we'll do 1 PlayStation, 1 Xbox. All right, we'll do it like that, and then we'll keep going that way until we got them all done. Now, let me let you guys know right now, if you're watching this, obviously you're online of some sort, whether it's your phone or it's your computer. In order to enter, the only way that I can make this random, I need you guys to go on Twitter, send me a tweet, or hey, send it to Smitty if you have Smitties. But you need to just use the hashtag NBA Live 18. All right. And then the way the hashtag was given to me, this is not one of mine. This one was actually given to me by EA. It was all caps. So I would say do it just like that to make sure. There's probably several other people in the atmosphere who are doing it, because I know Shop is giving codes away. I think Spade. I mean, it's a bunch of us. You know, Hitman. It's a lot of us who have codes. So if you don't win one of mine, have no fear. You should be able to. I ain't gonna say should, but you have a chance. Just go do what I need you to do. Send a tweet to me or Smitty. Hashtag NBA Live 18, all caps. That's all you have to do. We're going to do the first drawing at 8:30. And like I said, I have 5 Xbox One codes and 5 PS4 codes. All right?
Yep. We going Oprah in these streets with these live codes out here.
You get a code. You get a code.
You know what I'm saying?
You get a code. So, hey. You know, EA trying to do some things, and they know they got to. This is going to lead us into this next point. Yo, 2K out here swinging the bat, man. And yeah. I mean, let's start with 2K, Smitty. You know, since we don't give 2K loves with what I've been told. Let's start with 2K first. I'm going to throw it to you first, and let me let y'all know how real it is. Smitty actually, while on the show tonight, will be traveling to GameStop to pick up his copy that he's able to get now at 9 p.m. So y'all going to see that happen in real time. So what are your initial thoughts, Smitty? I know all we have from NBA 2K18 is just the prelude. Prelude aside, if you want to talk about the prelude, you can, but let's say taking that out of it, how do you feel about the gameplay? Because I know yourself and I really have been in the 2KU area. So what are your initial thoughts on the gameplay just from that perspective?
Well, like I said, you know, the 2KU gameplay really isn't a ton that we could really dive into deep. But I will say this: I love the independence of control. Like, you know, Sim did a video on it. I did a video on it. I streamed it. Sim streamed it. You know, and it's like they finally are addressing a long time request. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say request. I'd rather say demand. You know what I'm saying? Because they needed to do this after I played 2K11. I wanted them to get rid of this two-man sequencing because I felt they had it back then. All they needed to do was get the independence with the animations, and then just make sure that defense and offensively, animations, spacing the floor, defensive assignments, AI, everything that played out made sense, you know, or at least as best as you could. And it's like they achieved that goal this year. So, you know, from playing 2KU, I like how if I double certain players, or I'm seeing it even in the demo, you see how they play certain players. You know what I mean? LeBron James gets played a certain way, just like what OG talked about in his blog. Now, you know, we know that the game more than likely is on rookie. And when we play that 2KU, we can't adjust difficulty or nothing like that. But what I will say is, hold on, sweetie. What I would say is when it comes to playing, watching videos, because I've seen videos of gameplays and stuff like that, and looking at it, I'm seeing basketball happening, y'all. Like, I'm seeing some legitimate basketball happening. Now, my main thing, of course, like always, is I got to get my hands on the sticks. I got to see how the game feels and responds on my, on my own before I can truly render any kind of judgment of any sort. So that's going to be the big thing for me. And I mean, obviously, that's the obvious answer, but just looking at it, though, I like the controls. I like the menus that they have in there as far as like when it comes to defense, you know, learning the defensive sets. So they're teaching people outside of just running plays and seeing fundamentals. You also have descriptions of these fundamentals, what it means to ice, what it means to hedge, what it means, you know what I mean, to show all those different things. These are things that we all wanted for the longest amount of time. And to finally have them, sorry, I just got to pay attention where my daughter's at. But from everything they did, I'm very happy to see what those guys are doing now. And I'm like, you know, it's a long time coming. But one thing I did say, even though it was subtle, I didn't say it every single time. But one thing I would say is that from 2K, I would say from 15 onward, it was like, even though they would introduce a new feature or facet, I felt it felt in the game as if it's a piece of something to a bigger picture. And it's like player movement felt a little bit better, but it didn't feel the way it truly needed to be. But it felt progressively better. And it's like you've seen the picture evolve more and more in terms of independence. That's why I said I only made a few videos on 2K17, but one of the main things I said was 2K17 does not know how to react right without the two-man sequencing, because it's like they're trying to showcase that independence, but when those animations kick in, game looks crazy. Game goes buck wild. So, you know, and I mean, players don't react right. They don't look right in space. It looks wonky at times, things like that. But now it feels like in 2K17, they cleaned it up. I mean, 2K17, excuse me, 2K18, they refined it and cleaned it up. So I definitely am looking forward to getting it in, because 2KU gave us just a smidge, but it's on that easy difficulty. I need to play this game on Hall of Fame. I need to play this game on Superstar and I'm saying that only because OG said, if you want that legitimate basketball experience, put it on Hall of Fame, and that's where you're going to get it at. But if you play on those lower difficulties, I could be mistaking it. I could be misquoting it. But I thought he said when you play on the lower difficulty levels, they'll just do the typical, you know, double team that guy, double team this guy. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's going to be more simplistic. They keep it simple. Whereas they get more complex with the strategies on the higher levels. So I'm like, if that's how it's playing, OMG, I am so excited for it. So I can't wait, man. And like what Sim said, I'm gonna head up there. Matter of fact, I'm about to get ready now so I can get up out of here. So I'm gonna transition to my phone in a moment, and I shall be heading up there to GameStop so I can go ahead and pick this joint up. But I'll throw it to you, Sim.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna show y'all something, man, and some of y'all are gonna trip because y'all remember what I said, right? I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna red box it, and I'm not gonna buy it at first. And I had my reasons. I think they're legit reasons, but then I said, you know what? Go ahead and get the game. The game play feels really good. The more and more I play 2KU, and also, how else am I going to, how can I give feedback, critique these games and all of that if I don't, this is the audience that we are a part of. Most of us are Madden, 2K, and now live. So you got to participate. And I'm gonna show y'all something. And the man cave is kind of in disarray, so don't y'all judge. But let me show y'all something. Look at this. Look at that. Can y'all see that? It's probably not focused in, but it's downloading. So just to prove you guys, yes, I will admit it. I was saying I wasn't going to get it at first, and now, as you can see, it's downloading the digital version. I'll have to wait until midnight, obviously. If I stay up tonight and play it, I'll probably play maybe an hour or so of it at that, and then I can get into it tomorrow. But yes, I bought the game, and there it is. Now, just giving you my thoughts on it, right? Smitty pretty much hit it on the head. I don't really have much I need to add to it. The biggest complaint, man, that I always had with 2K and Madden, and the reason why I say 2K and Madden is because, again, those are the two primary games that suffer from this issue quite a bit. The two-man sequencing, right? The two-man animations, and what we're talking about is when you get drawn into this sequence and this situation plays out, right? That has been an issue in 2K for a very, very long time. It always looked pretty, but when you go back into the replay, guys like us, y'all remember what they used to call us years ago, the nitpickers. I still remember when I was called a nitpicker by who was that? Pasta Padre and Ian Cummins. But anyway, us guys that go on the replay and really trying to dissect the game and seeing how well it replicates, not looking for perfection, just seeing how well it's replicating what's being displayed. You used to see some funky stuff in 2K as early as, as far as even as recent, going back to 2K17. You got a ton of animations that you were drawn into. You got guys dunking through people and stuff like that. Blocks playing out there, and the ball is this far away from the hand, but it automatically hits the backboard. Just a lot of that stuff going on. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it still doesn't happen. I don't know. I'm sure once we all get our hands on it, for us who are getting the game, we're going to find things just like we do in every other game. But just at first glance, just playing 2KU, because y'all know the story with me in the prelude, and I just decided I wasn't going to do the reboot and all that and delete it, whatever. I'll just play it, with the final build. So I still haven't played the prelude as far as, the career part. But anyway, just the gameplay is so much better. They have actually delivered what was stated by Mike Wang, and it appears that these animations are not combined anymore. They've loosened the game up, something that Live came in the door with doing, but Live was so ugly up until now. We'll get to Live later on in the show. It was such an ugly game. It was hard for a lot of people to acknowledge that, but Live came in the door with that. Y'all remember the story I told y'all last week with Scott OG? For you guys that may not have caught that, I'll give it to you again. OG, when he was with EA, we had a discussion right there in Orlando. We're in the hotel. We were down for a Madden event. And, Scott used to always come through and holler at us because, that's my guy. All right. And he was basically telling me, man, well, why 2K looks so good. And he proceeded to tell me about those animations. And then, when you start dissecting, you'd be like, yeah, you can see it. You can see it drawing together, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So then also, and I'm not going to forget, guys, if I go a little past 8:30, forgive me, but I'll stop, right after that, and we'll do that first giveaway. Now, he was telling me real quick, you know, basically, you know, they tie them together and that's why it looks so good. He was right. What they were trying to do with live is separate the animations, make everything one-to-one. But with that, it made live look bad because, you know, when you do that, you're just dealing with two individual entities there and trying to make them play out naturally. Very ugly. Fast forward to live 18, they've gotten a lot better with it. So basically, it was funny to see that now 2K took the same approach, but they built their game up to a point to where now they can start pulling away from those chain animations. And you're seeing it in the 2KU. The game plays out a lot better. There are still some problems. There are definitely still some problems. And you know, Smitty and I will go into that as well. Yeah, Mike Wing also, yeah, he did. He worked for EA as well and went back to 2K. But, you know, the biggest problem I have with the game is the same problem that is shared by Live, the same problem that's shared by Madden is the the body clipping. One of the ugliest things right now is 2K has it bad. 2K has it really bad with the one-to-one. I mean, one-on-one dribbling, the heads are going in between each other. It looks bad. Let's be honest. And 2K17 to me, Smitty, I think that's where it started. It got worse in 17, it seemed like 16, you know, it always had that, but it seems like, because remember last year I was like, yo, why is it so bad at like the top of the key when it's one-on-one? It seemed like it took a turn for the worse beginning with 17, and here it is in 18 again. But like I've always said, understanding that's something that no game has really fully resolved. I don't punish a game for that unless the clipping is not even acknowledged. Perfect example, and I'm sure Smitty will allude to this when I throw it back to him. When you play, and we're going to talk a little FIFA also. Let me just go ahead and give you guys that heads up. When you play that demo or you play PES or whatever, they do the best job right now with eliminating, or at least trying to eliminate, the clipping aspect. But even when it is a clip, things are still acknowledged. Like even if an arm goes through another arm, you'll see a reaction for the most part. With 2K right now, currently, it's too much of that in one-on-one situations. Live has the same problem. Believe me, I've seen a lot of it going on in live. However, Smitty and you guys listening, I think right now, in my personal opinion, live actually is doing a better job with recognizing body contact. Seems like it. Again, we haven't played the full version of 2K yet. And hopefully Smitty will get back home. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to download. It'll be great if he's able to actually play at least, even if it's the last 10 minutes of the game while we're here on the show. That'll be great. But that's about all I have, man. Initially, the 2KU showed me, I could clearly see the differences in the gameplay. It does feel a little slower than live currently feels. But again, like Smitty said, we don't know what settings it's on. So we're not going to judge the 2K prelude versus the live build of the actual build of live that we have. We have the full game. We've had it for a week now. But yeah, it was enough for me to go back on my word. I just showed it to y'all. It's downloading. I bought the game. So, hey, and I did it digitally, so I can't even return the daggone thing if I don't like it. It is what it is, but I can't wait to dive into my league. Y'all know that's my love right there. That is my standard for franchise mode for Madden. So there you have it. But before we go deeper with that, Smitty, let's go ahead and do a giveaway real quick.
Okay.
So, all right, guys. Let me get my codes up here so I don't double give them. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a Xbox One code as well as a PS4 code. So we'll do, you know, 2 at a time. We have 10, so we'll basically do 5 giveaways tonight. 1 PS4, 1 Xbox One. So let me pull everything up here and also pull up the site where I could do the drawing. And again, while I'm doing that, guys, in order to enter, you have to send me a tweet. Use hashtag NBA Live 18, And I would say do it in all caps. That's the way it was given to me by EA. And that's all you have to do. And I'm using a random drawing system here. I'm going to put in the hashtag and we're going to read it out. All right. So the first one that we're going to do, this will be for the Xbox One code. You guys can probably hear me typing. So y'all know I ain't cheating or nothing like that. All right. We're going to pick the first one. This is for the Xbox One. And also, if you do not, let me say this up front, because I'll be fair and honest with y'all. It's going to be too hard for me to manage. If you are somebody that wins for Xbox One and you don't have an Xbox One, you can either keep the code and give it to somebody that does, or just let me know that unfortunately you don't have that console. What I won't do, because it's going to throw the numbers off, is I'm not going to do an interchange situation. Like if you win, you know, and you only have an Xbox One, I'm not going to, I mean, yeah, if you only have an Xbox One and you win PS4, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, let me give you the X. Nah, I can't do it like that, guys. I got to keep the code numbers in order. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like it'd be too hard for me to try to interchange and figure out which one I gave him. I'm not going to do that, because then we could end up with lopsided, amounts of code. So just giving y'all that heads up. So here we go. Here's the first winner. Pick hashtag. It's coming, guys. Give me a second. Good Lord. It's loading the tweets right now. It's already at 900. It's 1,000, 1,100, 12. It might take a minute, guys. So hold on here. So like I said, man, even if you can't win it from me, there's plenty of other people that are using this hashtag. Yeah. So, oh, man.
Yeah, I have giveaways to do, too.
Oh, it's rolling. It's rolling. I don't know how long it's going to be, but this thing is rolling. Wow.
I don't know, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. So yeah, like while that's still processing, like I was saying, Sim's doing giveaways, I'm doing a giveaway. Mine will be tomorrow. Basically when I stream tomorrow, I'll do mine. But then also at the same time, you got a ton of people, a plethora of people giving away NBA Live codes. So
we got a winner. Finally. We got a winner. So here it is for the Xbox One. The first winner is SimFBallCritic. SimFBallCritic. Let me see what your actual Twitter handle is. It's the same thing, at SimFBallCritic. Congratulations. You've won the Xbox One code. And hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let me do this all the way correct. Well, I can use my phone here. I'm going to take quick notes so I know, who won what code. So y'all give me a second. As y'all can see, this is live, man. We do stuff on the fly here. All right, so SimFBallCritic. I'm just going to put X1. All right. And the next one. Let's do the PS4. Pick a hashtag. Oh, man, I was hoping it wasn't going to keep loading like that. So it was basically over 7,000 tweets, guys. So it might take a minute. But while we're waiting on that, Smitty, and I'll just jump in, as you're speaking, was there anything else that you was able to gauge, just from that area? Because you actually played the prelude. So, yeah, why don't you speak on that a little bit, man? How did you feel about the beginning stages of the prelude?
I like the prelude. It even though, like I said, it's extremely short-lived. They're only giving you a dab of a dab when it comes to that whole neighborhood thing. Like, you don't really run through the neighborhood. You're just right there and you practice and play your games. But I do like how they let you practice your jump shot. You get to practice your jumper. They got a little shooting machine thing, and you can pick what jump shot form you want. And then you play your first few tournament games, or what have you. And it wasn't bad. Like, it was not bad. I had fun with it. The narrative is a little bit corny. It's jacked up.
see, this is the one thing that's jacked up is that you cannot pick your voice. They got some
I hate that.
moderately high pitched voice
One
guy
sec,
you got to
Smitty.
play.
We
Oh,
got
go
our
ahead.
next winner, so let's announce him real quick, and we'll
All
come
right,
back to
go ahead.
that point. All right, so the next winner here is for the PS4. All right, and his name is Ladfut, LADFUT. Let me see what your actual handle is. All right, the Twitter handle is @BigLadFUT. @BigLadFUT. Congratulations to you. You have won NBA Live 18 on the PS4. All right, so congratulations. But yeah, go back to that, Smitty. My bad.
All right, no, you good, you good. No, I was just saying that you know, it was cool. Those few, you know, you play like about two. I think it's 2 games you play, 2 or 3 games if I'm not mistaken. But I think at least 2 games you play, and then your name gets called or what have you as one of the top players and all that. No, you play 3 games, I think. Yeah. So you play your games. They got a little, you know, brief narrative there, and then you go ahead and you die. Then after that, excuse me, then it's over. So that's why people were complaining it's really short lived. But I will say this though, I give props 2K on the face scan app. It is improved, but it still does have its quirks on the app because I wanted to scan my face again and it wouldn't let me do it. So it kept on saying it couldn't see my face when I would have all the light settings and everything, like how I initially had did the scan. So I didn't understand like why it was so what the problem was, but you know. But I will say though, like I said, that goes back to the whole gameplay perspective of it. The gameplay felt really clean. It felt good. It definitely is a big time jump up. But like you had said, Sim, the ball morphing, the player fusing, like that right there is a big hurdle for 2K to overcome. And I mean, hey, I will say this. I seriously, for one, I hope that the full version of the game eclipses the demo as far as those kind of problems. Because I mean, I know we saw it at the Gamescom stuff and everything, but that was not the final build of the game. So I will just say I hope that it's a lot more minimal because I want it to be like how it was with Live. Because with Live, the interesting thing about it was that with Live, the game felt a lot smoother, a lot cleaner, and more fluid than the demo. So I, for one, seriously hope that's the case with 2K. If 2K is like that, oh, it's golden, baby. Got 2 basketball games, 2 legit titles to work with this year. So that's my hope for 2K. But I mean, look, I will say this, like I said before, core gameplay, innovative efficiency. If the efficiency rate is extremely high, which it felt like on the demo, and from the gameplays that I've seen, then we're still good. It's just that I don't want to see fusing and morphing and stuff like that going on in key moments of the game. That just would be very annoying. That's a big time eyesore.
Big time, man. Because I know somebody was saying in one of your streams, and I commented to them, it was saying that, oh, you know, it doesn't affect the gameplay. And I was like, yes, it does. In basketball games more than anything, because most of the time you have one-on-one situations. And if you look at the video I posted early on when the Prelude came out, and you look at Smitty's streams, you look at the stream I did recently, it's moments where it looked like the defender is just at the mercy of the game. Like, and again, we are not bashing 2K. Every game Live has bad morphing clipping problems also. Trust me. But those basketball games have to find a way to get over that hurdle, man, because it's just that eyesore. It just makes you feel like, man, I can't play any defense. However, Smitty brings up a good point. This is where it's going to be key, Smitty. How much worse is that going to be when we're on Superstar or guys who want to play Hall of Fame? Because traditionally with these sports games, the higher you go, it's more influenced by the CPU, which allows stuff like that. So it's going to be even more of an eyesore. So we're gonna see, man. And Smitty, I wanted to ask you this question real quick. It sounds like you probably close to GameStop already, but real quick,
I'm here. Yeah,
I saw in the comments they said Pasta Padre said that live and 2K gameplay is equal. How you feel about that statement?
I can't agree on that one. I definitely can't agree on that one. Both of them are good though in their own respective right, but I can't agree on that. That's a little bit of a stretch to say that they're both the same. Yeah, no. Sorry.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, that's a bit of a reach. I mean, I'll say this: like I respect the ball mechanics. I respect the ball mechanics. Like I will say this: 2K's ball physics are better in my opinion than Live's right now. Live definitely needs more work on it because the ball doesn't have realistic bounce to it to the fullest. But as far as the animations that you could do, moves and things like that you can do, I give it to both games. That's where they break even at. But I wouldn't fully say that they're both the same. They both give you control over what it is that you do, though, to an honest extent. See, how honest? That's what we're going to find out when it comes to playing on Superstar and all that good stuff, like playing on higher difficulty levels where we can adjust the difficulties on our own and, of course, modify sliders if need be, but just seeing how the game feels in that differential, that's what we want to see. Yep. So, but yeah,
it's interesting, man. And I'll speak a little bit here while Smitty is getting the game, as you guys can hear. We all the way live. We on location, y'all. So I wanted to mention to you guys here in the comments. I see some people saying that how is 2K better, and others are saying 2K is way better. I definitely want to see you guys in the comments explain it, because the reason why I'm saying that is we all have opinions, and that's what it's all about. It's not about, you're not going to see me jump on anybody saying, oh, you crazy. I want to hear the things that you guys feel about the game, why you think it's better, what it is you like about it, why you think it's equal. Because I'm always curious to see how everybody else's experience is going. What I will say again, also in regards to the gameplay, the 2K, is I noticed that the user control has improved. That has always been one of my biggest areas. Again, Live was an ugly game before, and I always thought that Live did a better job, even in the past, with user control. Now in 2K18, at least judging by 2KU, it is way more connected in terms of your responsiveness. Love it. I love it. The dribble mechanics, again, I mentioned this last week. I'm sure Scott OG has something to do with that, because he was the one who introduced the new dribbling style to Live when he was there. But it just feels better. You feel more in control. I haven't felt like I was drawn into an animation I couldn't pass out of, or I haven't really felt any stickiness. Another area where I would say the gameplay appears better. Let me say it that way. Even if you don't notice for sure, where 2K's gameplay automatically appears better than most people is the fluidity. And like I said, we're going to talk about Live here in a bit, but the fluidity of 2K and the animation quality and how it moves automatically takes it to another level. Live still has some stickiness there, and I don't want to dive too much into Live until we get to that, but it still has a little stickiness, and that's going to hold it back. When you're looking at it, you got two basketball games here. Like I said, I don't compare Live and 2K as apples to apples, because I think 2K is definitely, beyond Live right now. They're a couple steps ahead. I give it 2 years or so before Live is really on the exact same level all the way across the board. There's other things that 2K has, like the adjustments and things that you can make on the fly. It's a step above Live. Some of the AI and, some of the things that are built in as far as the plays. And even though I like the play calling system in Live as well, but there's a ton of stuff that Live just doesn't quite have yet. And I just think 2K as a whole is on a different level. And especially now where I've strongly said 2K has actually took a page out of Live's book with eliminating those 2-man sequences for the most part, making ball tangibility mean a little more, things like that. All of the things that you could say that Live is bringing to the table, 2K kind of met them right there with already having their bells and whistles. You know, and again, the biggest thing, man, I say is 2K's fluidity. Now, like Smitty said, y'all saw me in my stream last night. I got to get in, man, and really play with different teams and run different plays and see different AI. And, you know what I mean? Like, you can't judge it just off the little demo. But it was enough for you to tell that what the gameplay fundamentals has. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely feeling what 2K is doing, man. Like I said, enough for me to actually buy it. I've been telling y'all that. And here's my reason. You know, I'm just trying to fill in a little bit until I know Smitty's back. He'll probably be back here in a second. My reasoning when I said I wasn't going to buy it, I was going to Redbox it, was this. I got Live for free. Y'all already know that, right? I think Live is at a level, and again, I don't want to take too much shine from that topic, but I'll just say, let's just say I feel like Live is very much playable. So my thought process was, you know what? Here's a game that I have for free. If I can get my basketball fixed from that, and if what 2K is offering is not quite where I want it yet, as far as, you know, I put so much pressure on 2K because I always say that it is close from being the greatest thing ever, right?
Yeah, especially if they get updates.
You know, what I was going to do was, you know, I'm not going to buy it. I'll Redbox it and see if some of the problems are still there. And then if I want to get it, I'll get it later on. That was my thought process. And as I continued to play it, I was like, nah, I think I got to grab this thing right out the gate. Now I already can tell that I'm going to use these two games for different things. Franchise mode and all that, I'm rocking 2K. My league is where I'm going to be. However, for the one and stuff like that, and, you know, just playing that kind of stuff, I'll probably do a lot of Live. You know, so that's pretty much, you know, where I came to terms with that. So Smitty, man, let's dive into this NBA Live, man. What are your thoughts on Live so far? I mean, you know, we got the full product. You know, we're not playing no demo. We are playing the actual game. And I'll let you guys know right after Smitty is done here, what we'll do is we'll give another giveaway right after Smitty's done. So that will be, you know, another lucky 2 winners there. So what are your thoughts initially, Smitty, on Live as a whole from everything that we've experienced so far since we've had the game?
What I would basically say about it so far, like, it definitely is legit. It's a lot more legit than what people probably gonna give it credit for. You know, like I said, you know, from what Pasta said, comparing the 2 games, animation quality is definitely gonna be there. You definitely are gonna see that. You're gonna see some nice sequences. You're gonna see some nice dribbling post game, most definitely. So there's a lot of stuff to learn. There's a lot of stuff to understand, but there's some good stuff in there for sure. Now, seeing that I've only played with the one in the league, so I have not played any franchise yet. I haven't dove into any of that yet, so I can't speak on that. But I would just say from a general gameplay, I haven't even played WNBA, so I need to play those aspects more. But I can say, though, like I said, there's a lot of legitimate gameplay facets in the game. Like, that's undeniable. A lot of clean, straight up gameplay in there. And the cool thing about it is that you got to play straight up basketball. You can't be playing, you know, the cheesy stuff that you used to be able to do in like Live 16, or even from what people would do in the park in 2K. So you got to play legit ball. So that's the other thing too, just to say on the 2K part, I hope that it's clean in that facet as well, where it's like, if you're not playing legit ball, you're gonna lose. That's like how it is with Live. If you just try to ball hog and be a hero, you're gonna lose every time. So I hope that's the case with 2K as well, where you got to actually play as a team. You got to pass. You actually got to, you know, set picks, things like that. You got to actually spread the floor. So we'll see how it is. But that's the kind of stuff that I see in Live, and I definitely like it for that. So the one thing I will say that I don't like is that basically how you get bumped up to superstar status overnight playing through the league. Like, you're already playing high level minutes. You're getting the ball whenever you want, stuff like that. It needs to be something more that you need to earn instead of just it being given to you. You know what I'm saying? Even though in 2K they still give it to you as well, but I'm like, I'd rather it be more of a balance instead of it being just lopsided like that, where you can just go ahead and do what you want to do. So, all in all, I like where Live is at with an initial effort, but like I said before, give it like another 2 years at least of working at it, and then they'll really have something like legit, really solid. So that's pretty much my take on it, at least at this point.
Yeah, man, I'll jump in on that too. I'll take it from the perspective of, I'll start with CFM since I did play some CFM. Wasn't what well, how can I say this? It's not a surprise like last week when I was like, man, let that franchise be like way better than Madden, blah, blah, blah. Nah, that didn't happen. What actually happened is exactly what I expected. When I was told that, okay, we got a lot of guys from franchise helping Live get their franchise together, get CFM together, my mind automatically went to, okay, it's probably going to be like a copy and paste foundation. And then, you know, once they both are basically the same playing field in terms of, oh, whoa, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm looking at football here. Wow. Let me update y'all with that. So I think that was Joe Mixon, right? I think it was, no, that was Ross. That was your boy John Ross, the speedster. Let me just give y'all an update for those who are not watching. Y'all, I told you it's all the way live here. Y'all love us for the live stuff, so I don't even know why I'm apologizing. So they run like a little quick pitch to him, like an end around type thing. He gets hit, fumbles. Jadeveon Clowney catches it, and he's running that thing back, like carrying it like a loaf of bread. So it's funny because if anybody could have got to him, they probably could have knocked it out. But he runs the ball all the way down to where they at, about the 30. Andy Dalton makes the tackle. That was a crazy little sequence right there. Andy Dalton, hasn't he learned anything? Remember when he tried to tackle Stephon Tuitt last year and broke his hand? I'm just saying. Or they're on the 20. So it looks like the Texans are about to score. But anyway, guys, let me get back to what I was saying. It's pretty much a copy-paste. The UI looks better, obviously, because they're mapping it to basketball. But, yeah, I haven't dived all the way into it, but I've gone into it. Y'all saw it in the stream. I played 5 games. I'm 1-4, you know, because y'all know when I start playing the game, I just play it. You know, I go back later behind the scenes and get into practice mode. But a lot of times I just jump in there and let myself organically get better or worse as I play it out. So that's CFM. You know, nothing that's going to jump off the table outside of the one stuff. And what I was saying, too, this was the point I meant to make before I interrupted myself with the football stuff. Remember when Rex was saying in my interview, for you guys who saw it, if you didn't see it, you know, I suggest definitely go back and watch the interview I did with him at EA Play, where he said, you know, if you look at what Live is doing, you kind of see the direction of CFM, and we're just trying to get them both up to the same level. That also gave me confirmation, okay, it's probably going to be a copy-paste. And that's pretty much what it is. They have Play the Moment. I haven't tried it. I actually need to try that. Maybe I'll try that tonight before midnight, before I have the ability to play 2K, just to see what the play the moment, you know, how they define those moments. That's interesting in the basketball, but we'll see. But that's what it is. Gameplay-wise, I like Live a lot, man. I really do. I really genuinely do. I like the pace of the game. I like the, you know, the freed up animations, which they have had, but now they've gotten better. You know, the 2 years off. I feel like you can see what the 2 years cycle basically did for the game. I love how it feels. It has clipping problems as well. I got some videos coming showing that. I've already sent some to the devs. Smitty probably saw it in the live group that we're in on Facebook. But for the most part, man, I love the dribble controls. I like the fact that, you know, I like how you can use, and, you know, you can do this in 2K, but I like that you can use the the shot stick as well in live. Which this could have been in the past in lives, but I didn't know it. But now I know that you can shoot with the stick as well, which I like, because if I'm going to be playing both games, I love when the controls are fairly similar. You know, it just makes it easy to pick up and play. I don't have to sit here and remember, oh, I can't do it this way because it's this game. You know what I mean? So I always like when the same sports game or the same genre, just like shooters, a lot of shooters have the same mechanics for the most part. It just makes it so much easier to play. I like the AI in NBA Live. Let me tell you, again, for you guys who watched my stream this week, when I was playing against James Harden, I love that the AI from the CPU recognizes the situation. At least it appears that they do. What I'm saying is, if I laid off of James Harden, he's shooting a three. If I gave him any space, he's shooting it. If I got up on him, he'll pump and then drive to the rack. Or anytime like a good shooter was open, a Chris Paul or somebody like that, yo, they was jacking the three. It was no hesitation. You're kind of seeing that from 2K as well, but most of the time, up until 2K17, in order to get that type of gameplay, what I used to have to do, shout outs to Versus. You know, Versus was the first person I saw do this, but what I did always do in 2K, and I hope I don't have to do it this year, but I turned all of the tendencies up to 100. Everything that's a tendency, like attempt shots, attempt putbacks, and attempt mid-range and all that, and you would get that type of gameplay. Live is just doing it out of the box for the most part, and I love it. I love the way the AI attacks you. And I love, you know, the way they seem to be more aware on defense, et cetera, et cetera. Trying to think of what else I like about it before I get into some of the negatives. And I'm sure it'll come to us, man, as we're doing the show. Overall, and I know a couple of you guys asked, would I buy it if I didn't get it for free? I would. And for two reasons. I think the gameplay is playable, definitely playable now. Gives you the same feeling we had when Live 10 came out, but better. And a game like that is worthy of purchase, especially at the $40 price point, you know, the pre-order. And the second reason would be to support, you know, because we need this competition. Because me and Smitty going to dive into this as well. I'll probably let Smitty kick it off. How we think 2K definitely peeped at some of the things Live was doing and implemented it into their game. You're supposed to. 2K is supposed to try to bury the competition. Live is supposed to try to tug at the competition, and that's what we want. So I don't understand when people try to kill off the other. Nah, man, we want these games to stick around to make the game that we prefer the best one, or what have you, or vice versa. Now, here's some things I don't like. There's still a little bit of ball tangibility issues, just like 2K. The responsiveness, man, that seems to be one of my biggest problems, Smitty, and guys here in the chat. It seems like there's still this delay, because Smitty, you probably will remember this when we were down there last year. And I was like, it's a little delay sometimes when you pass the ball and you're in position to go right up and you just can't go. And then all of a sudden, like a second later, they move you. And I'm like, or it's times where your back is to the basket. Perfect example. I don't know if y'all can see how I'm facing. So see how I'm standing here, right? Let's say my chair here is my defender and the basket is right here. The guy will basically get himself in position to catch the rock. I pass it to him. I'm trying to just go up and lay it on this side, but they pause me for a minute. And then they either turn me the other way or it does this little delay before it goes up. And I'm like, no, you hit him right now. Like he turns to get in position, hit him, and just go up for the easy lay. And it's like a button response issue. I don't know what it is. What some of the passes is like that too. I still feel like at times the trajectory of the pass is a little weird. I just found out last night, and y'all can tell me if y'all are experiencing this issue as well. The lob pass, overhead pass, not alley-oop, but like a lob overhead pass is triangle on PS4. I'm assuming X on Xbox One. It says press it, but it doesn't work for me when I just press triangle. I have to tap it. Now, maybe it actually does tell you to tap it, and I missed that direction. I will admit maybe I missed those instructions, but I thought you were just supposed to press it. So a lot of times I'm just pressing the button, nothing happens, and then I found out on my own, you tap it, they'll throw it. and you get a decent trajectory. It works pretty good when, you know, your big seals the guy, you know, to the inside, and he's, you know, he's basically fronting. You know, the defender's in the front of him. He's closer to the rim. Beautiful. Then there's times when you get a great pass. There's times when you get a nice zip pass, like a chest pass, and it's like a quick zip, but I don't feel like it's consistent. So I still have a little trouble with the way the ball travels a little bit in live. What else, guys, man? It's hard to remember things on the fly. I'll throw it to Smitty here in a minute and get his dislikes as well. Trying to think of what else. I like the defense. Love the defense on live. It feels so organic, man. And, you know, and you have the little arrows that let you know where you should be, but it feels organic because when when you judge the right way, and look at AJ Green being AJ Green, my goodness. But when you judge the right way, you get that bump. You know, you feel it. The players feel weighted. You know, live got some stuff, man. Oh, here's one other thing I will say before I throw it to Smitty. I've seen a couple people say that they think live is arcadey. Nah, man, not in my opinion. Now, I respect yours, but just explaining my opinion, I don't think live is arcade at all. Alluding to what Smitty said, live actually plays a good, solid brand of basketball. Like you can't play live the way that people used to play 2K. And I say used to because it seems like now that 2K is getting right back there too, where now you got to get some real basketball in. And they're not the same game. If you are a big time 2K player, you might struggle playing live and vice versa. There's two different feelings. But I don't think there's anything, in my opinion, about 2K. I mean, live that's arcade. I don't feel that at all. I think the pace of the game and the way the computer is playing and stuff like that, you got to play some real basketball, man, in that game to, you know, to make it competitive, et cetera, you know. So those are just my thoughts, man. A couple things I like, things I dislike. I think that's about it for now, man. I don't know if I can remember everything else. But Smitty, my bad, man, if you already said this, but what are some of the things that you dislike about NBA Live so far? Smitty. Hold on, guys. We got to wait for Smitty. I think he probably either in the car right now. He might be still traveling, so I'll wait for a second. If not, I'll keep talking. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's do a giveaway. Let's go ahead and do that while we wait for Smitty. So here we are again, guys. Let me put in the next hashtag. This one right here, or the same hashtag, but let me put it in. This first one, again, will be for Xbox One. And it's going to take a little while to load, so bear with me there. And while we're doing that, I'll look at some of you guys' comments, see what you guys are saying. Oh, one other thing I did want to mention about live, it does still feel a little stiff at times. There's times when you see a nice animation or a nice, you know, fluid, you know, drive to the basket or dribble mechanic, what have you, but it still has a little stiffness to it, a little robotic stuff going on. And you know, I think it's something at Tiburon. I really believe it's something at Tiburon because you don't get that with FIFA. Now, again, I can't give you guys actual dates, but I could kind of breeze around certain topics. Madden will be seeing a change in player movement. It's happening. That's all I can tell you. But I won't confirm dates or anything like that because y'all know how things work. When we talk about things and, you know, we're often NDA'd for a long duration because it could be stuff that is on the table that don't make it or stuff that is on the table that's set for 6 years, you know, so that's why I can't never just say stuff. But I could promise you, Rex said it a year or so ago that they're going for poetry in motion, and I can promise you that that is still heavily on the table, addressing player movement and getting player movement where it needs to be. But I feel like it's a Tiburon thing right now, man, because it seems like Tiburon is the one that's kind of lacking in terms of overall movement. But here we go, guys. I have the next winner for Xbox One. Username is Alexander Marcoux. The Twitter handle is @TheAlexPower. @TheAlexPower. Congratulations. You're the next winner of NBA Live 18 on the Xbox One. Let's do one more here, which would be PS4. And then hopefully we'll get Smitty back. Smitty, you back yet? Nah, we don't have Smitty yet. All right, so as we're waiting for that, let me see what some of the comments you guys are saying here in the chat here. What happened, Kia? Somebody said something. Blocks were high in the demo. You talking about live or 2K? Let's see. Steeler Spartan said that's like asking fans of racing sim to buy into a game without the ability to swap out parts for your car and adjust ratios, tires, and aerodynamics. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, so refresh my memory on that reply there. NBA Live Philly says 2K still don't have physicality. Yeah, that is one thing I will say. I don't know if I could go as far as saying it doesn't have any, but it seems like right now that the full version of Live, of course, I'm comparing that to the Prelude. The full version of Live, it seems like it respects body contact a bit more than 2K so far. Quante06 says Live is more physical, defense is tougher. Ezekiel Elliott says Steelers can't touch this. Well, congratulations for having a comment that has nothing to do with tonight's show. Lionel Thomas says Live is not arcadey. Daryl Kilpatrick says NBA Live 5 versus 5 is so arcadey. Go look online. People are hitting 6 or 3 green releases in a row. Online head-to-head, maybe the CPU want cheese. But I will say this, Darrell. I mean, the same could be said for 2K basketball. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you right here in a second because let's announce this latest winner. All right, the next winner for the latest PS4 code is Chelsea_LDN. The actual Twitter handle is @GamingMob10. @GamingMob10. Congratulations, you're the next winner of the PS4. So congrats to you. All right, Smitty. So what I was saying, man, and my bad if I missed it, me trying to look at the screen and look at football. But what are some of your biggest negatives in NBA Live 18? What are the biggest sore thumb things that stick out to you so far?
I talked about the ball physics already. There's some two-man sequencing going on with the game, that I don't like. Basically what you had said already. I mean, you had said, when it comes to going up for rebounds and stuff like that, not being able to just go back up, as you please based on your relative position. Sometimes you're not able to get rebounds and stuff like that because they don't have the spacing respectively set as it needs to be. So, they'll have you flail your arms and stuff like that instead of being able to just go up for a rebound or go up for a putback. Like if you got a smaller guy in front of you, they don't let you do what you want to do at times. Same thing for playing defense. Sometimes I time to go up for a block or at least try to block a shot or, a layup or a dunk, and they make me play out a particular animation where I won't go up for it. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll do a weak contest toward the, on that shot. So there are some things that it's like, okay, I see what they're doing, but at the same time, it's like, it needs to be better than that. You know what I mean? I need that control, and that's stuff that I talked about at EA Play. So it's definitely things that I'm gathering as far as feedback purposes and letting them about that. So there, yeah, these are things that definitely need to be, touched on. Definitely need to be refined or cleaned up, or if there's a way that they can remove or add. I mean, we know that NBA Live can remove and add animations. They definitely have shown us that over the years. But I'm just saying, like, as far as removing these particular animated sequences, like, is that something that could be done, or is that something that would have to basically be waited, wait on that for next year? Or could they do it in an update at some point? So I don't know, but we'll see. But I really don't know. I mean, see, that's once again, I haven't played enough to be like, yo, I got this whole laundry list of things to thoroughly go through. I really don't right now. But one other thing that I will say, that I say, and this is more on the positive side, is that with Live 18, that they did not get that all the blogs you see with 2K and how they talked about, how OG talked about how the defense rotates and how players position themselves between that defender and the ball and things like that. They do it in Live. Those same exact nuances that I'm giving 2K the praise for. That's the stuff that I've been saying Live been doing for a minute, but not many people gave it credit because it's actual basketball stuff. It's tangible basketball aspects. It's not a crossover or a highlight reel dunk. So it's like, if it's not one of those two things, people don't pay attention to it and glorify it at all. But there's a lot of tangible basketball AI going on in Live that's been going on for these past few years. So to see that happening here as well. Now I will say this: is it as in depth with 2K? That I have absolutely no idea. But that takes playing both full games, diving deep into it to really get into that nitty gritty. But like I said, guys, hey, there's a lot of work that these guys have done, and these guys. One thing I will also say is that the defensive AI will utilize all the tools against you, just like a user. So they will throw alley oops and all that good stuff. They'll do all those things to you in the middle of these games. So it's So there's a lot of sharpness, and that's why I said both games. Like, dude tweeted me, which game is honestly better? And I'm like, I can't answer that question for you. You got to play both games yourself. But I said that both games honestly bring legitimate basketball to the table in their own right. So there are things that people are going to like that's in Live, and there's things people are that they won't like. Same with 2K. Just like the point you brought up about all the green releases and stuff like that. Hey, how many people were up 2K in 2K17 because they wanted more green releases?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they wanted those green releases to go in all the time. So, and look at how many 7 foot, you had dudes 7 foot plus with limitless range. Come on, guys. So, like, see what I'm saying? And it's not saying, this is not tit for tat. This is the reality of the products. So that's why I'm just saying, like, look, we can get mad at Live for green releases, but at the same time, people got mad because they were not getting the green release love they wanted in 2K. So I seriously hope, once again, like I said earlier, I hope to see both games be balanced. And if you want basketball to execute, that's exactly what the heck you got to do, because that will end up spaying and neutering all the work that OG and the guys did. OG, Czar, and the crew all did. So we'll see how that unfolds. But like I said, on the Live side of things, like I said, it's really animation. The loss of control due to animations is
Oh, you fading out.
no, there's a lot of control that you have.
Yo, Smitty, you faded out there, so I'll wait till you.
A lot of control. It's been going.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, yeah. You was doing the robot.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm about to jump off the phone. I'm about to pull into the house, and then I'll be back on the computer. So I'm gonna jump off now, but then I'll come back on and pick up from there. Just fill me in, Sim.
All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Now there was one other thing, guys, that Smitty said that reminded me of something I do like in NBA Live. Now I don't know. This could be in 2K as well. It doesn't appear to be as far as in 2KU, but in terms, in terms of the green releases, if you notice in live, you only get that green, like it's only in your shot meter if you are wide open. If you're covered, you don't get the green. You can still get up to the top of the meter because it's like a little circle there, and it'll let you know that you hit the mark, perfect release, but it's not green. But when you're open, you'll see the green. Like, I love that. I love that the shot meter changes based on being covered, how far away, et cetera, giving a nod to 2K as well. And this is something that I think both games have done, kind of borrowed from each other. 2K kind of borrowed from Live in this regard. Live was the first one, if I remember correctly, that had, the guarded, contested, had that in their game. I want to say it was Live 15, one of those. And 2K has that now. So I like that they give you that feedback now, more worded. I know they had it similar in 2K17, but like I said, I believe Live had that actually first. So it's always good, man, for these games to both bring things to the table that the other can use. But yeah, it's in terms of the shot meter, I love that aspect in Live where it disappears. That green, you can't get that green if you're guarded a certain way. And depending on how open you are, that will determine, how much or how often you get the green. And I've also noticed not everybody gets the green. If it's a poor shooter and you got him out there, he's not going to get a green ability to even get a green release. So, and like I said, 2K may have that as well. I don't know. I don't know if it changes. I really don't. I played 2K17, 16, 15, but I can't recall whether or not they had where the green will disappear. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't think they did because I don't remember the green being in the meter. Like in Live, it's actually in the meter. You can see where, I got it. So I don't know. Like I said, if 2K already has it, great. That's really not what I'm debating here. I'm just saying what another feature that I like about Live 18 being it's returning back to the basketball fold. So let me see what else you guys are saying here while we wait for Smitty. Oh, I see him and London Baker going back to back. He says, Live's post game is still very generic. Absolutely is. It's probably the worst part of the game. I could fully agree with that. London says, unfortunately, some people also praise Live 16. Mad credibility problems. Okay. Daryl Kilpatrick says, I'm talking about the real basketball, not the park. The what? The promise. You got people that want 7-3 demigods that shoot like Steph Curry on NBA 2K and Live, and that's why I don't play. Okay, yeah. I feel you with that. John Stinson says, yes, the post game is lacking. Absolutely. You can hit contested greens aside from player scans and tats. So London Baker, let me just asking, you don't like anything about Live? Just curious. Randolph Truitt says, I'm doing a 2K marathon going back and playing one game of 2K starting at 2K14. That should be pretty interesting, man. And, share with us. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, what have you. I would love to hear your results from that. The Pro Production says 2K had that for years. Had what? You talk about the shot meter stuff I'm talking about? Maybe they did. I don't know. Exiled Prime says, I like the shot meter on Live. Darrell says, the step back move in NBA Live 18 is money. Green release almost every time if you can shoot. It's possible. And let's remember this too, guys. everybody plays these games differently. So I'm sure there's things that I'm not going to notice in 2K or live that somebody else will because of the way they play. You know what I mean? So that's always something to consider. All right, so that's about all. Hollywood says, I give live props for bringing in. Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. Some people had a problem with that, which I don't understand why. Some of you guys out here, I don't know if it's any of y'all, maybe it is. I don't get why there was a problem with the WNBA. Why is that an issue? It's a real sport. It allows your young daughter, your young niece, your young cousin, heck, maybe even your mother, to be able to play a video game that represents her likeness. I don't see the issue with that. But it was funny, man, in the community, I saw a lot of people take issue at the fact that, you know, nobody cares about the WNBA, forget them, F those Bs. And I'm like, why? I don't get that. I think that was a great move for NBA Live. And let me tell you why. Live knows that they're behind. I think we all know that. Let's say that. Because I still see people also who are live hardcores. And some people, let's be honest, y'all know Sim going, oh, I hate, why I do that. I hate doing that third person junk. But y'all know I'm always going to keep it all the way real. I see some live enthusiasts that have on the rose-colored glasses also. And they're just thinking that live is the best thing smoking. And I'm like, pump your brakes. How I look at live is back. Let's say that. This is how I feel about Live 18. I'm going to put the whole thing out here. Live is back in the fold. Live 18 is a strong foundation of what Live can be going forward. Live is not better than 2K, in my opinion, overall. Probably not even overall gameplay. Does it have good gameplay, in my opinion? Absolutely. I think it actually does some things a little better than 2K, which I mentioned here already tonight. But, it's not like the best game ever. So we have to understand where Live is at, right? So they know that. They know Smitty already got his game there. They know where they're at. So they're doing everything they can, these giveaways. Get people interested. That nice demo, which I'm going to let Smitty say this, but I agree with Smitty. Demo was better than what the Prelude was. And why not? Let's bring everybody in. Let's get the WNBA involved. That was genius for them, in my opinion. So I don't know why people had a problem with that, Smitty. I mean, there was a lot of people out here who had a huge problem with that. And I'm like, why? So if you fighting from behind, you know, it's that puncher's chance, so to speak. You know, you got to do what you can just to stay afloat, just so people can appreciate what you have to offer and give you a look. There's nothing wrong with people being heavy 2K and they look over like, oh, I see you live. Okay, I ain't quite ready to come over there yet, but I see you. That's a win for live. Because we all been clowning the game for the last few years. It's, to me right now, Smitty agrees, it's a legitimate, playable alternative. If you just want to, like, what I'm seeing from a lot of people, live is fun. I'm hearing a lot of people say, shout out to my boy Spade, K Spade the Prospect, in case y'all don't know who that is, and y'all should. If you don't know who that is, you should be ashamed of yourself. But K Spade, y'all know him. He plays Pro-Am. He's big. He started as basically a 2K commentator. He said it even in one of his streams, and me and him talked offline. He said, yo, it ain't better than 2K, but it's just fun. I have a whole lot of fun playing live run with the boys, and y'all seeing it. He's streaming it a lot. And that's the thing. I don't know why we can't just stop right there, Smitty. Why can't it just be that? So even as I read some of the comments in here, I don't know why y'all so judgmental. Like, we can give our feedback and say, I don't like 2K because of this. I don't like live because of that. But, I mean, why has it got to be all of this bickering? We should just be, you know, like, yo, they both out there. Play both, or play one, or play none. Like,
hey, Sim.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, Do you listen to only one rap artist?
Absolutely not.
All right, so only it's not about a bunch of people dropping CDs only to listen to one artist. Now, if you choose to listen to one artist, that's your choice. Because I'm just looking through the comments right here and everything. Dude saying already talking about already abandoned live, bro. You have absolutely no clue. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm streaming live tomorrow, cuz like I'm streaming, so like I'm doing giveaways and such for it. But anyways, that's beside the point. You don't have one kind of shoe out there and then introduce another one only to say, well, I'm just gonna wear one. That doesn't make sense. Why scream out and say I want choices and options only to play one? Play both and see what both have. See what they give, see what they have, see what they both have to offer. So if you are clamoring and scraping for multiple options only at the end of the day to just say, oh, play this one because it ain't good enough in comparison to that, to you, that's fine, to the individual. But there are numerous people out here that are like, yo, hey, I gotta get, hey, live may not be hit, it ain't hitting on 2K level yet, but hey, I gotta get down with it. And see, we gotta remember too, it's not necessarily just the generational gap, the way the generation is now at this day and age with gaming, but it's also that, people may have simply forgot what it meant when you had multiple options out there. You used to have, and like I said before, you used to have NBA Inside Drive. You had In the Zone. You had NBA Live. You had 2K. You had Sony basketball, like the game that they had. Dude, you had like a good 4 to 5 games a year that would drop at the same time. Were all of them great? No. Predominantly, it was 2K and Live that were the standout titles. But you still had people, that said, man, In the Zone wipes the floor with those other games.
In the Zone was dope, man.
Yeah. No, it had some good stuff in it. And I'm like,
Drive was sweet.
Yeah. So, and that's the whole point. All of them had things that were different mechanically in their own right. And just like I said, that little shot meter thing you see in 2K, that's taking straight off of NBA The Inside, Sony's basketball game, because that's what they did. That's what they did. So that's what the reality is that you had those choices back then. Some were better than others, but you had it. Now you don't. So
this is what cracks me up. I got to pick with some of y'all real quick. Because I see everybody trying to how can I word this? I see everybody trying to challenge what Smitty is saying with alternative scenarios. You guys are missing the point. Nobody is saying to buy both games. Y'all knows me. I don't never tell nobody to buy a game. I never do. I never tell you not to buy it. What we're just simply saying is we don't get why there's so much disdain for a company. Because trust me, there's people that hit me up every day that say they can't stand 2K. 2K basketball is trash. I wish it would go away. That's what we're talking about. Why are we wishing to kill off a company? That's dumb. Like, whether you willing to drop 120 or not, you want both games because you need these games to produce the competition. That's what Smitty is saying. Nobody is saying, well, you should buy both. No, we're simply making a point of why can't these games just be what they are? You choose the one you like and let that be it. That's all we are saying. That's it. Smitty is not telling you, oh, buy both games. No. And but some of y'all's examples is you're like, oh, well, I don't buy. It don't cost the same amount to buy a Jay-Z album. But it's still your choice. It's still your choice to buy either game. So don't get that part twisted. You know what I mean?
it's no different. Like I'm not saying price points, guys. I'm not saying price point comparisons. All I'm talking about is just the principal example. It's, there are people, see, this is the thing. You have people that are going to buy this $150 edition of 2K. You sitting in that line, and I walked in that door, man, they got stacks upon stacks upon stacks of people that are standing outside, that were standing outside in that dang online to get that $150 edition of that 2K on Xbox One and PS4. Dude, people are going to do the exact same thing for Call of Duty for their I think they got a $150 version of that. And how many first-person shooters are out here? There's a ton of them. But yet they got this $100-some-odd edition. Oh yeah, that's right. There's another one that just came out, Destiny 2.
Oh yeah.
And buy this edition, buy that edition, get this edition, get this season pass, get the. So seriously, this is what I'm talking about. So if there's so all I'm saying, I'm not saying, hey guys, you need to go ahead and y'all need to pick up this live and this too. No, I'm not. That's what Sim said. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying though is that when you got options, appreciate the bottom line that you have options. It's not just the mere fact that you got competition to push each other. People supported the options, whether it was little, whether it was big. The support was there. And that's the whole point, guys. Play the game you want at the end of the day. Look, the live dev team knows that they're not hitting on 2K's level right this year. That's the funny thing, Smitty.
That's the funniest thing of it all. By people being so they needed the team itself. And we ain't gonna give y'all all the combo, but the team itself, no. Look, what was the first thing they told us when we went down there? Listen, we not gonna overtake that. What we trying to do right now is just get back in the door. So if they know that from the gate, that's what we're trying to say. It shouldn't be about, and the only reason why we're even saying this, because I promise y'all look through my mentions. I have people every day telling me, man, live should just give it up. And I'm like, I'm really gonna stop, and I have stopped. I've done a better job, y'all. I really don't respond to negativity at all anymore. Different opinions all day. I love different opinions. I love conversation. But when I see people hit me up with the EA sucks, 2K is trap, I don't even get into that, because I'm like, your mind is made about whatever game. So what's the point of us having dialogue? It's not going to go anywhere. So that's all I'm saying. I'm all about just positivity, man, and trying to help. I'm a gamer. That's what I am first, before I'm anything else. Before I became SimFBallCritic, I was a gamer that sat in my underwear at 12 years old playing Nintendo like y'all did. I'm a gamer first. So I'm always about the games and the amount of games, and first, before anything else, before the EA moniker of being a game changer. No. I am a gamer first. Always remember that. So I want every possible opportunity to have 6 games I could choose from, 4 games I can choose from, multiple shooters I can choose from. Like it's always about the games first, man. Point blank, period. You don't hear me. Do y'all hear me trying to kill off these guys that's making these indie football games? No. I think they have a very steep hill to climb, but I'm not out here saying, man, they should just give it. Nah, man. Nah, that's just not how I get down. But Smitty, let me ask you this, because I wanted to get into this, man, before I forget. And actually, yeah, after you answer this, we'll do another giveaway, and we'll make sure we get the other ones done relatively quick. So it's going to be rapid fire with these from now on. What are some of the things, Smitty, from your opinion? What did 2K18 take from live? Now, we can't confirm this, but I'm talking about like the conversations we had, just being, a gamer. What things do you see that 2K may have borrowed from what live may have been doing, whether it's live 18 or in the past?
Their dribbling system.
Absolutely.
Ball. Well, I want to say ball physics. I want to say that. Let me see. Well, I could definitely say they're AI. You could definitely say that AI to an extent. Let me see things that they borrowed from live. As far as just you talking about just gameplay stuff, correct?
Anything that seems like it could have been. I won't say borrowed. That's the wrong word. Inspired. What has 2K18? What may have been just, and we don't have confirmation on this, guys. We're just saying from just gamer perspective. What would you say seems to be inspired by Live's position and what they're bringing to the table? What type of things do you think that may have been inspired?
Shoot. I would say, oh man. Like I said, I would say I don't know. I don't know. Like without really giving it much thought, I'm kind of drawing blanks on it right now. But I mean, outside of the dribble controls, I mean, can't say. Well, okay, all right. The other thing here, yeah, thank you. John said it there in the chat there. The physics, the physicality. Oh yes. Well, there we go. From what excuse me, from what 2K18 did this year, the dual archetype system. That's straight from EA. Their mode with how I won't say the neighborhood per se, but how you can bounce from the streets to the league and they put a theme around it. That's EA, and they took that from EA.
Too. I see Live Philly said, yeah, I think the shot meter definitely, like I said, and matter of fact, let me ask you, Smitty, because I always give you that title, you the historian. Am I not mistaken that Live, and I think it was Live 15, one of those games, wasn't Live the first one that had the actual wording contested, guarded?
Oh, whatever. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I was right. That's what I thought.
Yep. Slam dunk and 3-point contest. Yes. They were the first one to have it. So, well, I mean, if we're going to say that, I mean, we could go back to Nintendo days and say how, that was taken. So I won't necessarily go by that. The blow by drives without getting bumped. Okay. I mean, if you played that 2K demo, that you could do the same thing there. You could drive by people. You could blow past people without getting bumped there either. It was extremely easy to do. And I mean, guys, hey, look, I would love to give you guys a real quick impression, but right now I got to download it's an initial update that's like 4 gigs, nearly 5 gig update for 2K. So once that finishes, hopefully if that finishes before the show, I could go ahead and play a little bit and give a real quick impression. But yeah, those are the main things that I got from as far as Live. I don't know like any of the mechanics, but no, go ahead.
We're happy about it, by the way, guys. So I see some of the, and listen, we're not trying to tell people how to talk. The only time we comment on stuff is we just want to make sure our point is coming across correctly. We don't want you to put in the mindset of stole. We don't want to say that. We're really just saying what was inspired, because that's what competition is supposed to do. So I think Smitty hit on them. You guys in the chat did a great job hitting on them. I agree with the shot meter, like I said earlier. Unchaining those animations. Live came in the door doing that from Live 14. Yes. It was ugly. I mean, it was ugly. But me and Smitty knew. We was like, whoa, okay, I see what they're trying to do there. Then we had a conversation with OG back then. Okay, so I see why it looks a little rough, and their animation quality was like puke status. But they came in on these consoles with doing it, kind of trying to unchain those animations. 2K18 has delivered that now. You see what I'm saying? And that's, guys, that's what it's all about. Do y'all see? This is why, and I can't say, let me be fair all the way across the board. I can't say that 2K wouldn't have done that without, you know, live doing it. And I'm looking, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Deshaun Watson just ran for about 60 yards, guys. Touchdown. Okay, young boy. Dancing on him. I see him. Yo, that was pretty slick. But y'all know, again, it's live. That was a pretty run, though. Wow. I got to pause for a moment. Pause for the cause. I hope you guys are watching this. I love, man, when the young boys get in there and do their thing, the rookies, you know, because that confidence, Smitty, it's got to make you feel like, all right, I belong now. You know what I mean? Because the NFL is so much faster. He stiff arms Geno Atkins from behind, and then you know, your confidence, now you like, okay, I belong here. I love when this stuff happens to the young rookies, man. So shout outs to Deshaun Watson. But yeah, that's what the competition thing does, guys. And me and Smitty are just elated. We're just happy that there's 2 games to play that we feel are very playable. And, you know, of course, the playable, you know, that's really hitting on live. We know 2K is playable. But 2K, let's not forget, has had their share of problems. So I ask all of you guys, let's actively comb through 2K18 and see what's really good with it. Because if we just brush stuff under the table, that doesn't help. We got to point out the good, the bad, the ugly in all of these games. All right, so let's do another giveaway. Maybe one of you guys can answer this question. Let's see. Our previous winner asked a question that I don't know the answer to. He said, this was the @BigLADFUT. He says he's in the UK. Will his code work? I don't know. So if some of you guys can answer that, I'm assuming if it doesn't, I'm assuming that'll be a code I have back, and I'll have to enter it. I guess you would say. I hope it works. Maybe one of you guys can answer that, man. So again, guys, if you're listening, I apologize that I can't do this my normal way because, you know, as far as the hashtag and all that. But again, just to be fair, it's not going to be possible for me to, if you are an Xbox only guy and you win the PS4 drawing, it's just not going to work number wise for me to be able to interchange. Because what's going to happen if I have 10 people that say, oh, we're on Xbox, I only have 10 total codes, 5 and 5. So unfortunately, if you win and you don't have that console, hey man, you know, like my pops used to say, hey, you know, today was whack, but tomorrow will be better. And nothing I can do. I'm sorry about that. But so far, we've had our first winner claim their prize. They had a PS4, an Xbox One, so great. Also, I've asked the other 2. I've sent some messages to find out. All right, so let's go ahead and do this thing, man. So let's give away the next group here. This is an Xbox One code, and we're going to follow it up with a PS4 code. Real quick here. I say that, but it's probably going to take a minute. But yeah, man, Smitty, trying to think, man, is there anything we didn't cover? I definitely want to get into this little bit of this FIFA stuff. I think we covered mostly everything. We're not at a point, guys, where we can do a review yet. It's clearly not fair to review 2K off of 2KU in the prelude. I haven't played. I played enough of live, but I don't know if I can give it a full review yet. But I think you guys understand how we feel about live. Great start. A little rough around the edges at times with responsiveness and little stuff like that. They're going to have to add some more depth going forward. But we get it. We get it. This is, they're trying to reestablish themselves. And Smitty and I, we just don't compare these games apples to apples. 2K is far beyond live when you talk about each and everything. I mean, even if you want to pick on franchise mode, come on, man. It ain't nowhere close to my league. So it just is what it is. And let's see here, man. I'm still waiting for this thing to generate. It's over 10,000 tweets. So what we'll do, Smitty, so I don't want to hold people too long, and we're getting close to 10 o'clock. we're just gonna give away these last 6 codes. All right. We're gonna do Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation. While we're doing that, Smitty, I'm gonna throw it to you. You go ahead and share your thoughts on it on the FIFA 18 demo real quick, and I'll just jump in. I say, hold on, Smitty, and then I'll announce the winner. I do have one right now, so let's do that real quick, and then I'll throw it to you. All right, so the next winner of the Xbox One, the username is Ben. The actual Twitter handle is at Ben Ryan Anderson. BenRayAnderson. So Ben Ryan Anderson, at Ben Ryan Anderson. You're the next winner of the Xbox One code for NBA Live 18. Congratulations. So let me hit it again and go ahead, Smitty. What you got, man, on that wonderful FIFA 18 demo?
All right. And before I jump in that, I'll just say this real quick. Little Dagger wants to know how to enter the giveaway. Basically, if you tweet SimFBallCritic, definitely give him a tweet. And when you do tweet, reply with the with the comment hashtag NBA Live 18. NBA Live 18. So go ahead and, like I said, definitely retweet and follow him, at SimFBallCritic. And it's the particular tweet. So he had the tweet put out there telling you about the whole giveaway, and comment on that with the hashtag NBA Live 18 and the console of your choice, basically. Put that in there too. Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, man, if the numbers might not work out, but I hope it does. I hope it, yeah, actually that's a good thing to do. That's a very good thing to do. Put the console there, so at least I know what it is, and I don't have to wonder. I'm just hoping it's gonna work out for you guys, man. So hopefully it does. And yeah, there you have it.
All right. So now, and I'm even doing a giveaway too, so you can do the same thing with me as well. I'm just doing my drawing is gonna be tomorrow when I do my live stream, showcasing some live. I'm gonna be doing some live and some 2K. So you got another got a winner? All right,
got another winner. PS4. The username is Sebastian124. The Twitter handle is the exact same ways, at Sebastian, SEBASTIN 124, at Sebastian124. You are the next winner. Actually, you know what? I can put in, hold on here. I can actually write in what the console is, so that way they could tell me right away. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. PS4 code for NBA Live 18. All right, congratulations, man. Hopefully you have a PS4. If you don't, your boy, sorry. But hopefully you do. Go ahead, Smitty. We're gonna pick the next one.
All right. So basically, as far as FIFA, year 2 on Frostbite equals OMG. Okay. That the visual fidelity is absolutely bananas. I mean, now gameplay wise, field degradation, dirt on the players. They get it on their skin now. Before it was always on just the jersey, just the uniform got dirty. Now it gets on the players. So it gets on the players. I mean, the respective body physics, the ball physics, the tangibility of the limbs, jostling for position, the way you kick the ball, the way that the defender that the defense plays against you, it's a lot more challenging this year, you guys. At least to me. Now I play on professional. Okay, that's the difficulty level where I'm at right now. I'm not on world class or legendary, but I play on professional. And I mean, it is so gratifying to come away with a goal in that game. But the thing is, I'm cool with everything that I'm able to do. Like, I appreciate all of it. It's like, the way you're able to move the ball downfield and the angles that they take, the attacking angles they take, the way that the defenders defend, like from what they promoted, they said that there's a lot more distinct team style in the game this year. So you guys definitely see that for you guys that are the big time hardcore soccer guys. But me being more on the casual side of the spectrum, I just appreciate it from what I see and from the little bit I know. Now, both games are legit. Okay, let me say that. This and PES are legit games. No question about that. But me, I'd have to give the edge to FIFA because it just, honestly, it's just the feeling of it to me. The way the game feels is really, really nice. And man, bruh, like I said, visual fidelity, man. And I mean, yo, ball physics, like, dude, I mean, there's so many examples. You guys that tuned into the stream when I streamed it, and I mean, Sim streamed it too. So many things, so many videos that can be made off of just one half of a game. You know what I'm saying? One half, let alone the full. And it's so many good things going on in there, man. It's absolutely, it's lovely. It's lovely. And the thing is, everything that I see happen in FIFA, I'm like, this needs to happen in Madden. The jersey pulls, okay? The jersey pulls, true jostling for position. See, that's the kind of stuff I want to see when players run routes. Yeah, players get chucked on routes, but I want to see dudes bump. I want to see guys jostle. I want to see that stuff. I want to see that stuff happening in Madden. I want to see guys, you know, they playing top half. They're up here bumping against each other, bumping elbows, trying to push. But then the ball's in front of them, and you see the respective limb tangibility. He got his foot on it the right way at the right angle, and he's able to steer it in his direction and stuff like that. I mean, I'm telling you, beautiful, beautiful things happening with FIFA that I definitely need to see happen in these other games. 2K, Live, Madden. When we talk about fusing and morphing and shifting and all that stuff. Now, does it happen in FIFA? Yep, it sure does. But it's extremely, it's more of a rarity than anything. So hold on a minute, Sim. Go ahead here. As you hear my daughter in the background.
Man, I had a little niece over there having a fit. But yeah, guys, let me give my thoughts, and shout outs to Ben Ryan Anderson again, sending the code right now. Thank God he's on Xbox. Great. So you got your code. Happy about that. Guys, Lord have mercy. That FIFA demo, goodness gracious. Just like Smitty said, visually phenomenal, stunning. But just the gameplay. And let me be honest. I don't know what part of the gameplay. I don't know what Frostbite is driving. Let me explain that. FIFA 17, solid game, right? We didn't see a whole lot of upgrade from FIFA 16 in terms of gameplay. That was the year for them to get to Frostbite last year, right? They got over. Game still played great, but the game was already in a good state, right? So I say that to say this. I don't know exactly what it is that Frostbite brings to the table in terms of gameplay. What I've been told is try to tell this to you the way it was told to me, and Smitty will remember this, and still trying to be a little careful with it, guys, because I really don't know how much of this stuff is quote unquote confidential. I don't think it is a big deal, what I'm going to say, but we were kind of told about this a couple years ago. We were kind of told, think of Frostbite. Yeah, and I hope y'all caught that. A couple years ago, we were told this, by the way. Y'all get it? That's how we knew what was coming in the future. We were told, look at Frostbite like a Photoshop, so to speak. He was basically saying, you dump everything in there, and then you manipulate how you want. That's kind of what Frostbite is. So I'm assuming because of the platform that it's on, it's a more powerful like engine, functional engine. And that would be the reason why they'd be able to borrow and pull stuff away. The example that we got was because we said, well, what do you mean, being able to borrow and blah, 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 blah. the example we was given is like, okay, well, let's think if FIFA came up with a new replay system, then we could easily throw it in Madden like right away. We was like, oh. So that's where you kind of see what I'm saying about Photoshop and all that, and again, that was just their example, but I get what they were trying to say. So I say all that to say this. I don't know what part of that engine produces the gameplay. I can only assume it allows you to build your gameplay out bigger and better, a la what we've seen from Battlefield. That's my assumption. So either way, just looking at the second year, you see where they were able to push forward from what they already have in a Frostbite here on the second year. And it's phenomenal. But just talking about the gameplay itself. And again, some of this stuff, and Smitty knows this as well, some of this stuff could have been in there already. We're not avid FIFA players. So I don't know. I can only go off of the eye test. I seen a play last night. It's in the street. And I thought about Madden, and I even showed it from the angle of it being a deep pass. Goalie kicks the ball way up in the air, and I have my guy and I have the defender. They're both doing this, looking for the ball, right? My guy is doing like this, blocking this dude out, boxing him out pretty much. DB and wideout interactions, going for the ball. It wasn't a two-man sequence, people. It was them physically jostling with their bodies, not with their hands. They're basically, the one guy is using his back to shield him, where the defender is basically using his hands to kind of like, yo, nah, you ain't gonna get that position on me. That's DB and wideout interactions, Madden. We need it. Let me give you another play. It's in the stream. Go check it out. I see another example. I get past the guy. Now, they've had jersey pulls in the game before, but again, I'm going off of what I'm seeing. I don't care what year it came in. It ain't in no Madden. So this is what happens. I get past the guy. I see him reach out. He misses me. He gets closer and reaches again, has a fist full of jersey. And my guy's kind of slowing down a little bit. So it's affecting his progress. What did I think? Oh, that's defensive holding. Oh, what about some AI in Madden now to where the DB recognizes, oh, I ain't got no help over the top. If I let this dude get by me at 6, he reaches out, grabs the jersey. That's my definition of adaptive AI. I know a lot of people think adaptive AI is just recognizing what they've seen before. That's part of it. But see, I want to take it a step further. I want an AI system to where they fully adapt to the scenario. Can you imagine that? Because it's possible. Y'all know Smitty and I both always say we don't give impossible suggestions. We use examples from games that their company makes or others. FIFA has all of this stuff. Can you clearly see how this could be in Madden? Pulling the jersey for holding, defensive holding, holding in the trenches. Now there's reach tackles in Madden. How about now they can actually grab and pull you down? It's all there, folks. It's all there. Like he said, the field degradation and this surface. They feel way more connected to that surface than they do in Madden. But again, like I acknowledged before, earlier in the show, Rex knows that, and I'm telling y'all, player movement is going to be addressed in Madden. Y'all will just have to wait and see. But I'm telling you, it's happening. It's going to happen. Y'all know I just can't tell y'all when and exactly how, but trust me, we're going to get an upgrade in that area. I think Rex has pretty much already said that. But right now, we're using FIFA as FIFA is the closest. And remember, guys, I said this last year before FIFA even got over to Frostbite. I was like, oh, that's going to be my measure for Madden, assuming, because remember at that time we were assuming, well, y'all were, we knew, but we were assuming that Madden was going to Frostbite. So I was like, well, FIFA is going to be my point of reference because they both play on green grass. It's a field. They don't have, football obviously is 22 people interacting at once in terms of physics, but I'm just purely talking one-to-one interaction. FIFA is it. the transitional animations, the independent interactions with the two men. When a guy goes to tackle or steal, it's so clean. If Madden played out like that, that might be the only game I play, man. Literally. If Madden's gameplay was like that, and let's just say franchise mode was Madden 05 franchise or Head Coach 09 franchise, or God forbid, My League, that might be the only game I'm running. Like, so close, man. Damn, because we know it can happen. That's the thing. And I know people are going to say this, Smitty. Oh, well, that's EA, Tiburon, and and EA Canada is different. True enough. But I'm just saying, man, it's possible, man. Well, let's get to some more of these giveaways. And let me make sure. The last one I did was what? I don't even remember. Hold on. The last one was PS4, I think. Let me double check, guys. Give me a second. I believe we have 4 more to give out. Yeah, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, so we're back to Xbox. All right, so the next one goes to username is David. Username is David. Full Twitter name, I'll get that for you here in just a moment. Full Twitter name is David @David NIX24. David Nix 24. And you are the next winner. And let me just type it here in the tweet to him. Xbox One NBA Live 18 code. So Smitty, man, what else do you got to say, man, about FIFA? But let me hear from you. What else can Madden really benefit from what FIFA has?
The crowds, true living worlds, and you see, it took FIFA years to build it up. And remember, when FIFA 14 first shown that trailer, we was going nuts. We was like, OMG. But what they got it now is crazy. The crowd fidelity is up. I like the coaches reacting on the field, like how they react to a missed goal. Like if it's a clean opportunity and you miss it, I like seeing how they react to all that stuff accordingly. So they got really don't know at this exact moment what else they got or whatever. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know, Sim.
That crowd thing is interesting too, man.
The crowd thing is huge, yeah.
Because think about it. From what I remember, the crowd that they showed us initially wasn't what it is now. Like they didn't all the way deliver what was shown. I think now is pretty much what they showed in the beginning.
Dang it. What was I going to say? It just had slipped my mind what I was going to say, too. It was to piggyback off your point as well, but I had missed it. Dang. Oh, well.
Okay. Did you get a chance to fire up 2K yet?
No, I didn't. It's still updating. So it'll be done in a few minutes, or it should be at least done in a few minutes. But let me just I'm just taking a quick little gander here just to see. But
we're still doing the giveaways, guys. We got 3 more to go.
Let me take a look here personally. Just bear with me, y'all.
Next one here,
yeah,
guys.
got 10 minutes left on
PS4.
this here update, this initial update before I could go ahead and straight up fire the game and get it started. Y'all know I want to get it started, but something I have to do from an offline standpoint, you know, as far as the show is concerned. So that's something right there. But no, I'm not able to fire anything up as of yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, mine's telling me playable in 1 hour and 52 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh.
Let's see what else we got, guys. All right, we're waiting for this next PS4 code. We're still well over 10,000 loaded tweets. So I'm waiting for it to update here, and then we're going to run the next two right after that, and that'll pretty much be it, man. Let me see what you guys are talking about here in the chat. FIFA leg animations. Yep. Let's not forget lives. Fake Michael Jordan, number 99. Lil Dagger says, I got that Walmart code early this morning. All right. I see you. Says 2K need to work on their crowd. It'd be too dry. Okay. Sean Deveron Shear says, my real problem with EA versus 2K is they changed the actual rules of football to accommodate Madden versus 2K generally don't do that. They will omit and change rules to make Madden better and QB to wide receiver steps bad. What do you think, Smitty? What do you think about what he just said there? I guess what I would want to know is, can you be a little more specific? Like what rules have they changed in Madden that's different from the NFL or football? And I'm not saying they haven't. I just would want to know exactly what you're referring to. So I guess we'll wait on that before we respond. Let's get back to the randomizer. Here we go, guys. Here's the next PS4 code. It goes to Killer/Damon or Damon. Killer/Damon. The actual Twitter handle is @KillerDragon114. @KillerDragon114 is the next winner of the NBA Live 18 PS4 digital code. All right, just putting that in the tweet there. So hopefully he'll respond and let me know whether or not he has a PS4. But Smitty, did you hear that comment by Sean Deveron?
No.
All right, I'll read it to you again. I want to hear your thoughts on this. He says his real problem with EA versus 2K is they changed the actual rules of football to accommodate Madden versus 2K generally don't do that. They will omit and change rules to make Madden better, and the QB to wide receiver steps are bad. How would you respond to that?
Hold on. I have to scroll through it myself.
And I asked them to elaborate, like what rules. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I would like to know, what rules is he referring to that they change?
They will not omit and change rules and make. Yeah. All right, I don't understand what he's talking about with the QB to wide receiver steps bad. I don't know what he means by that. But what I will say is that in regards of the change of rules, I mean, if anything, Madden needs to progress as far as adding rules. I don't see them changing. I don't know what rules they changed. They need to add rules.
Right.
Like they need to add a lot more. There's a lot more rules that aren't currently in the game that they need to put in.
Yes. Penalties and
stuff. Yeah, like penalty, right, stuff like that. So I can't say that. I mean, now mind you, 2K does take stuff out of their game. They just don't tell us. Excuse me. See, what 2K would do, and I mean, this is what any company would do. This is what businesses do. When they make a mistake, or if it's something that they purposely take out or remove or whatever that case scenario is, they try to oversell everything else. So that way you don't necessarily, even if you do come across what was took out the game, they'll be like, oh, you know what? Even though they took that out the game, it's still a good game. So, I ain't going to worry about it now. Whereas before the game came out, you'll be pissed off. Just like this. Think about it. NBA 2K18, people were like, man, I ain't paying $150 for this game. As soon as y'all saw the play, well, as soon as a decent number of people saw that playground, take my $150. I apologize for even saying that. See what I mean? So it's like they sold you all of this. They sold you this big old bill of goods, and people bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. But then there may be some stuff that's messed up. Like some people are upset about the creative player in 2K after these guys did a trailer talking about the creative player and like, oh, we have this robust suite of editing you could do and all these different player models and all these high hairstyles, and we got all this stuff in the game. See, but you can't do all that. And people were saying, and no, excuse me. People were saying that they already liked what was done in years past. And then you see a whole bunch of people going in and complaining and saying, man, that's the thing I don't like about 2K. They always take something out. They take something out that was already working fine. That was wrong with it. And they take it out and act like they got to redo everything.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the people saying these things. So it's got nothing to do with me. So that's the thing. There are things that 2K does switch up on their end as well. So it does happen. Can watch the line of scrimmage and then run back and cover a deep post when he had Harrison running with Audrey Bay on the fly like sharp for sharp. Oh, okay. All right.
But here's the question, too. Here's the real question. And listen, this is not us trying to challenge anything. But the real question would be, how do we know? Are we just talking about 2K in general or 2K football? There hasn't been a 2K football game since 2007.
4. Oh well, yeah, 7. You're right.
An NFL game 2004. So that what are we saying? Are you just saying that 2K doesn't change rules in general, or are you just talking about football? But I don't know. But here's the last winner of the Xbox One. Let's go ahead and run it. Actually, it's already up. It is Josh Bell equals GOAT. That's the username. The Twitter handle is @MLB The Show Tweet. @MLB The Show Tweet. You are the latest winner of the NBA Live 18 Xbox One digital code. So congratulations to you. And we'll run this last one and we'll pretty much be done with the show. Hopefully this guy, man, I'm really hoping that I hope you have an Xbox One. Because if not, we're gonna have to, re-enter these codes. What I'll do, guys, for any codes I have left over, I'll give them away sometime tomorrow. Maybe during the day. I work from home. Maybe during lunch, I'll do a quick stream or something like that. And we'll see if we can make that happen. But yeah, Smitty, man, you got any last words, last results, man, in regards to these two games or anything that you've been able to possibly see from 2K that you picked up a little while ago before we get out of here?
No, nothing from 2K yet. Still waiting on the update. It's just about done. Like it's got maybe like another 2 minutes or so. So obviously not nearly enough time to really be like, yo, let me tell y'all something. But both games are good in their own right, like I said. Both games trade off, like I said, like we've been talking about. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, the way I treat these games is I go ahead and I rent games, see what they're about, play the demos accordingly, and then I make my decision. If the game's good, then I go ahead and I holler at it. I'll go ahead and make the purchase. If both games are good, then I'll go ahead and get them eventually. But my thing is, since Live is selling their game at $40 before launch, I don't see the problem in jumping on that. Like, I really don't. I'll go ahead and get the game before it launches at $60. I'll just go ahead and get it and holler at it and see what's up. Because you know what's going to happen is you're going to have people that are going to play 2K, not like certain things, and then you got live to look at across the way, and vice versa. So that's the whole point. That's definitely the whole point.
Yeah, man. And in regards to real quick, I was about to say the contest here, because by the time I finish saying this, we should have our last winner. Shout outs to, again, Ben Ryan Anderson, because he just sent me a message. It was like, I'm confused. Are you giving codes away for JO? Because I didn't actually enter your contest. And I was like, no, it's basically the hashtag, guys. So again, if you don't win here from me, it's a chance that you will be selected from someone else. Like Smitty has codes, Shops has codes, JO has codes. I'm sure Tico has codes. I'm sure guys like QJB, and it's a plethora of people. You know, most of us have 10. So I mean, I just named probably close to 100 right there. So there's chances. So if you don't win tonight from me, hey man, you know, it's just like playing the lotto. You got some more chances, because Smitty might hook you up, or some of those people I just named has codes as well. Here's the last code. I will announce that for the PS4. And then after that, I'll give my last thoughts here, and then we'll be done. You know, we bled a little over past 10 o'clock, but it's all good. So the latest winner, this is PS4, Andrew. Username is Andrew. Twitter handle is Andrew Taylor 112. Andrew Taylor 112. And let me include in his congratulations tweet, that is an NBA Live 18 digital code for PS4. All right. And keep in mind, again, guys, some of these people may not have the console. And, you know, if they're not watching tonight, I'll have to explain it to them via Twitter. Unfortunately, the way I have these codes, there's no way for me to interchange them. You know, I'm not the bank. I don't hold, you know, I can't just say, well, let me say this. I know in the past they've done that, where I can say, oh, I need X amount of codes for this, X amount of that. Doesn't work like that now. Same way with Madden. They generally give us 5 and 5. So, you know, if I drew all 10 of these tonight and it was all Xbox One, everybody can't win. So that's why, you know, whatever code, whatever name I draw for that particular console, unfortunately, if you don't have it, I'm sorry, man, my hands are tied in that regard. So some of these codes may find their way back. There is one person as well that I see they don't follow me, so I can't send them a message. So codes like that might reappear. So, you know, it's never over. Never over. You may have an opportunity. If not me, hopefully Smitty will hook you up, or somebody else will. So my lasting impressions, man, again, just happy to have 2 games. That's how I'm approaching it. That's how Smitty's approaching it. I went against my word, and I said I wasn't going to buy 2K right away. But, you know, playing 2K, you encouraged me, man, just go ahead and get it now. You know, I think a lot of you guys expect us to have these games. You know, with us having the Sim Standard podcast, number 1, and number 2, you know, even if you follow us just for the gaming aspect, a lot of you guys expect me to have certain games and give my critique on it. Smitty as well, because we stream. So, you know, we're almost in a position where we have to buy certain games. Let's be real. Now, if a game was horrible, we wouldn't buy it. If when I played the Prelude and I felt like it was trash, I wasn't going to buy it. But I think 2K looks strong. Probably tonight for a little bit, not that much, but for a little bit. I've spent a little time maybe in my league. Well, no, I might just do some play now. Play 2 or 3 games with some different teams so I can feel them. And, you know, give my little thoughts on it there as far as, you know, my internal thoughts. And then, you know, all tomorrow I'll be playing it. But, yeah. And live, let's not forget, live comes out tomorrow too. Live's actual release date is tomorrow, where 2K's is, if you didn't pre-order, you're waiting until Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So, listen, man, give it a shot. I advise you to red box it. If it's in Redbox, 2K will probably be in the Redbox. But live might be in there because more people may be out there buying 2K. So actually, both of them will probably be available in Redbox. Give it a try there. If you have EA access, give it a 10-hour trial. If you rather watch somebody else play, I'm sure there's going to be people playing it tomorrow. Smitty, I know, will be streaming it very soon. If I don't stream tomorrow, there's a chance I'll be able to stream sometime Saturday. Hey, that's all we got. Oh, and last but not least, let me ask Smitty this, because I know Smitty doesn't follow it as closely as I do. And I'm going to do a video tomorrow because people have been asking for it from me. And by the way, where's my boy Gambino, man? If Gambino, if you see this, I was my guy, man, for the boxing stuff. You know, me and him used to see eye to eye a lot. And he was the one who always did the fight previews. So I used to just fall back. I used to just enjoy his stuff. That's the type of guy I am. I don't have to just do something because somebody else doing it. I used to just enjoy his stuff. But my man ain't really on YouTube like that as much no more. So I'm going to do a fight preview tomorrow, give you my thoughts on it. So I'm going to save them tonight. But real quick, Smitty, we'll let this close us out. What's your thoughts, man, from afar? Triple G or Canelo?
I'll probably just say Triple G. No, both guys are nasty in the ring, but you know, I'll say Triple G. He's an up and comer, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I mean, he's establishing himself very firmly, but you know, but that's, you know, I'll just go with him. Both of them, like I said, both of them are, I want to say, ruthless aggression style, but they both bring some legitimacy to the table. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be an interesting match. It'll be an interesting match.
Yeah, styles make fights, and y'all wait for that tomorrow. I'm gonna do some self-promotion right there. I'm gonna tell y'all who I'm gonna go with and tell you why. And also, well, I'll give you this sneak peek right now because Oscar De La Hoya said it. I agree. It's probably not gonna go past 6 to 8 rounds. If this fight go past 8 rounds, I'm gonna be surprised, Jack. Somebody get knocked up, out. Somebody going nighty-night. But again, I will tell y'all who I got in my separate video because I don't want to steal my own thunder from that. But yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. And yeah, that's about it. So guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us tonight. Continue watching the rest of this game. If y'all have been watching it, Deshaun Watson is leading his Texans, is up there, up 10-9, 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm going to be a little biased here. I would like to see Houston put Cincinnati in a bind, have them 0-2. And I would like to see the young boy get a win, you know, get his first win. That'd be great to see. You know, he's on a big stage, so to speak. It's Thursday night football. So outside of that, if you guys are into fighting, boxing, this is the one. That fiasco from a couple weeks ago, and I still haven't seen it. I stuck to my word. Trash. This is the fight. This is the fight of probably this decade. Let's be real. This the one. The Kovalev-Ward fight, that was a good built-up fight, but no. Not like Canelo Triple G, Jack. This is going to be interesting. So tune in for that. And yeah, we'll talk about that later. But all right, man, that's all we got, man. And hey, again, real quick, if I announce your name tonight here in the stream or here on Twitter, make sure you hit me up. Please follow me, and you can unfollow me right after you're done getting your code, but I cannot DM you the code unless you follow me. Or I could just send it to you in the timeline, and I'm sure somebody else will get it before you do. So it would behoove you, like they say, behoove you to follow me at least momentarily, and I can send you your code. All right, man. So that's going to do it for tonight, man. But we'll be back at you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the fight and enjoy some football on Sunday. And we'll see you guys later. All right. Peace.
Peace.